everyone. I do hope you're doing well, and I just wanted to come on here and make a video about what the Lord is showing me through this Enoch walk, and not only expressing faith in this area, but other areas, as Judy has mentioned. So um, this evening I was listening to this message on faith, and the pastor was saying not just simply saying faith, like proclaiming faith, but actually walking in faith was the message. He said, not only proclaiming it, but walking in it. And so it really got me to thinking, like, okay, it's not, we can't just say he's coming today, or that we are lifting up today. That's good that we are saying it, but there needs to be actions with that. And so, of course, this may look different for each person depending on how the Lord leads. As Judy has mentioned, sometimes we need to do things to plan for events in the future, which we don't expect to be here, but that's just the way it goes. It's almost like I think we're like actors and actresses, and we know a secret that the world doesn't, and we have to like play along with the world and not necessarily let them know, get in on our secret, so to speak, like act like we don't know what's up, but we do, if that makes sense, like as though um, we're planning things for the future as the Lord leads, but we have the assurance in our hearts that we are leaving today. So I was stopping to think about what that would look like, and I think really for me, the main thing is our attitude, and our attitude, I think, would be the thing that we would express faith in. Like, what would be the point of worrying about the future if we are leaving today? And just this peaceness, this peace should come upon us as we are believing it's today, and this peace and this joy, and obviously love, peace, love, and joy, and just coming upon us. And we shouldn't be worrying. Of course, I mean, obviously this is something that I struggle with, so uh, definitely this is an aspect of faith, diving deeper into. It's like, okay, why am I worrying about this? We're leaving today. If I truly 100% believed we are leaving today, then there would be no reason for worry. So far as acting out our faith, walking in our faith, I'm definitely thinking the attitude of the mind, our mindset should definitely be one of peace, love, and joy. And then any actions the Lord leads you to do, of course. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, if I were to see Jesus face to face, say if he were to suddenly appear in my living room here, um, what would what would I do? Say if I had 5 minutes and he was sitting next to me, and it's like, okay, I have 5 minutes with him. What would I do? Would I be sitting here expressing all my worries to him, or, I mean, I think really I would just be just thanking him and worshiping him. And of course, if there's something super weighing on your heart, I would probably express that to him, but I wouldn't linger on that too long. I would want to move past that, and then just linger in the worship and the praise and the thanks. And which brings me to my other faith area the Lord is leading me to. So recently I read this book. It's called Practicing His Presence, and it was really inspiring. It's about these couple of these people, and they basically they were inspired to walk as though keeping their mind on the Lord constantly, and in constant fellowship with him. And there was this challenge presented by one of them, thinking thinking about the Lord and communicating with the Lord and seeking the Lord's will, 1 second out of every 60 that you are awake. So that was the challenge. And I read through that, and the guys' lives were changed through doing this. I'm like, wow, I want that. I want what they have, because they started, they were walking in this peace, love, and joy, and they were just bursting with the Lord's presence. And they one of them even used the word God intoxicated, and so they were. I'm like, wow, Lord, I want that. And I feel like the Lord has been for a long time now wanting me to. I've been asking the Lord, if there's one thing I can do to draw near to you, what is it? And He's been telling me, talk to me more. And so this book like went right along with that. And so this constant communication, which Paul says, pray without ceasing. And so this is another area I'm trying to exercise faith. And obviously there are those who have been doing this for a while, and they can do it with like hardly any struggle or anything, so that's great. But for me, my mind gets distracted, and then I have to bring it back to the Lord. It's like, okay, you don't need to be thinking about this. Let's get your mind back on the Lord. And so this is another faith area. And so and then another area is, of course, just this wanting the Lord's presence, wanting to feel His presence in a strong way. And I felt like the Lord one time told me, He literally used the words, you're not waiting on me, I'm waiting on you. And so, and I always had this feeling, or I've had this feeling for a while now, that on the day we are translated, that I would just have this overwhelming sense of the Lord's presence. And so, and what I didn't know at the time was that I would be bringing that about with my faith. And I just thought it'd be something that would happen, but bringing that about with my faith. So the Lord not only has me trying to exercise faith and believing it is today, but also exercising faith in His constant presence, and to literally act as though He is with me constantly, and to just surrender my will to Him constantly, talking with Him constantly, thinking about Him constantly, worshiping Him constantly, and laying my struggles down at His feet constantly. And so, and also just, and this ties in with the feeling of His presence, and He brought the question to my mind just a little bit ago, like, okay, if you did feel my presence, how would you act? And I'm like, well, I'd probably have an overwhelming sense of peace, love, and joy. And so I think He's been inspiring me, well, act as though my presence is very strong upon you. Act and walk in that peace, love, and joy. Even though I may not feel anything, just walk in that peace, love, and joy. And so anyway, I just wanted to I just wanted to express like how the Lord is what the Lord is doing basically in my life, and how He's causing me to try to exercise faith in other areas too. But I think these other areas will help the believing that it is today, that we are leaving today, because as Judy said, that we are going to be walking more in the heavenly realm. Well, obviously, if I'm practicing His presence and walking as though He is with me constantly, and that is, I would think, walking in the heavenly realm. And so bringing this heavenly realm with me all over the place, as though God were literally right here with me, which I know He is by faith, but sometimes my mind gets distracted from that. But just really walking in that. So that's the challenge the Lord has placed upon me. And so anyway, I love you all, and I'm so thankful for our fellowship and our gatherings, and we are leaving today. We declare it by faith. We move God's hand. We believe it, Lord, and We are walking in the peace, love, and joy, the faith, love, and obedience that you have called us, as though we really are leaving today, because we are. We are leaving today. We declare it. And so I love you all and see you in the air. Bye.